What is up, everybody? Today I'm bringing you guys a little bit of a different video. We're in the back of my hearse and I'm actually going to be entering this hearse in its very first car competition. I've never done a car auto show competition before, and joining me on this little journey here is going to be the Vital Bracelet BE. I was really thinking to myself, like, what are the best Digimon I could use for this little Digi-Vlog to like document this little tournament thing that I'm doing with my car? And I was thinking, if we're using the BE series, I think the best one's probably, I think it's the Dorumon Dim. Yeah, the Dorumon Dim has like a bunch of different really good machine-based Digimon. There's all of the, Rust Tyrannomons. There is the Machine Dramon at the end. So I think we'll be shooting to try and get Machine Dramon here on the Vital Bracelet BE. So let's load this up. Let's get on right into it. I have to wash this thing. I have to detail it. I have to drive it down to where the actual Autorama is. So it's going to be a super fun weekend. Hopefully you guys are going to be along with me for the ride. And without further ado, let's load this bad boy up and get right into it. Let's go. All right, yeah, this is a pretty big automobile convention. I'm excited. There's a bunch of cool stuff happening, and we'll be sure to check it all out in just a sec. There's multiple different places to go, and yeah, this should be a lot of fun. All right. Here we go. First big Evo. And bam. Bing bop boom bing boom bop bam. Let's go. Alright, here is our little display right here. We're in the clubhouse because we're part of a car club. This is the Misfits car club. This is our car right here. Love to do this thing works. I love our license plate so much.
Yeah, finished the Cadillac.
This is our friend Thomas's car. I love his setup. It's so freaking cool. He's like a whole Kiki setup in the back of his. He's the one that got us into all these Hearse show things whenever we do like Hearse competitions and stuff like that. He's like the guy that lets us go to those. Huge skeleton. So I know a lot of the cars this show are going to be outside, but since we're part of the clubhouse, we get to be inside, which means we get to keep the hearse open the whole time, and it's, you know, really, really cool. Sometimes I feel a little bit weird going to stuff like this because like this car is like super decked out, right? And ours isn't, but at the same time, like we're the one with the huge skeleton, so we're doing something right. Let's take a look at the rest of the cars. here we go. Final evolution time. Looks like Machine Dramon. Let's freaking go, bro. One of the coolest mons. One of my absolute favorite mons. These are actually a couple of my favorite Machine Dramon cards that can go with it. Look at this Machine Dramon value. It was so cool seeing the alien display right there. I think that like Machine Dramon was just the right card and the right Digimon for this event. I think it was absolutely perfect. So really cool to get a Machine Dramon. This is like a day after the event, but that being said, it was fun like leveling up like a new mon on the Vital Bracelet, going to a car show. Actually, funny thing about that car show, right? We actually ended up getting an award. This is a picture of the award because we had to split it with our group, but we ended up getting Outstanding Club Group Display, 2nd place. It's like a little plaque thing. So we actually ended up getting something from the whole event. So it was pretty cool. Remember, we had that huge skeleton, a bunch of other stuff around our car. So everyone in the Misfits Club like did an absolutely amazing job. We beat out a bunch of like really high class cars because like honestly, how many times can you just see a GTO, right? That's what everyone in our group said, right? How many times can you see the same Mustang car? So that being said, it was really cool to win something, and it was cool to bring Digimon along for the ride. If you guys like these sort of little Digimon vlogs, think about letting me know in the comments. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.